Okay, so I've had 2 or 3 hours on it again. Done quite a few little bits and bobs. You might not be able to tell much difference unless you've been watching sort of very eagle-eyed, should we say. What I'm basically doing, I've started making the scuttle panel. It's technically half missing, obviously, but it's obviously that's the original panel, but with a few mods like filled in washer holes, wiper hole motor, that sort of stuff. That's all done. But what I've decided to actually do, rather than trying to piece it back together and put it back together with fiberglass, I'm going to get a second-hand one of those and make it to the shape I want it, and flat it all and everything else. So I'll get one of those. So yeah, I thought while I'm waiting for that, I thought I'd go for the other bits and bobs. So this is the port flares. That goes on the inside. I think I've probably shown you this before. I'm going to move it then so you can see what's going on. Let's see if I can do this here. Zoom out. There we go. Right, where are we? That's the top. So that will go eventually up there. But get that in shot there. So that basically helps airflow out of the port. Helps the system breathe a bit better, and hopefully that should be better for the audio side of things. I've been working on the interior as well, as I was before. So you might not know much difference here, might not tell much difference. Basically, I've been evening up the line along here. I've got a bit of filler work to do here because there's some cracked fiberglass. I've chopped out some of this up here as well because that wasn't flat, and obviously I want this to be one continuous piece all along here, so it's looks like one big piece of glass basically, which obviously it won't be fully, but it'll look like it is. Obviously we've still got the camera in here, the camera screen even. I've done all the flat side of things on here, under here. Just needs a bit doing under this section where I couldn't get the sander in. But along here is all done, reshaped underneath the bottom there, done all that. It's got to do this top section, so you can see obviously I know where I need to fill that and get that right. That was a pretty easy job, that one. Done a bit around here as well, not too much, just a little bit on there. Also done a bit more on the rear quarter here, because there was a dip here and there was some filler like holes and things there basically. So I've done all that as well. I've also done a bit more on the boot shuts, so you can see that's coming along quite nicely. So we've now got a nice curve, goes up there, and it's going to follow a nice line right to the top. I've done this section, where are we? This section here. Obviously it needs flattening and everything else because it's not been done anywhere near yet, but you can see where it's going with that. Got to take a bit more out of here actually, because it's too close to the paddle. But you can see where the line's going to go, literally straight down there, nice and easy. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, all I've done. Well, I've had like 2 or 3 hours, so I haven't had a huge amount of time, but at least it's coming along nicely. But yeah, feel free to comment, subscribe as well if you can. Obviously I'll be cracking on with more and more of this over the next week or so probably. So I've allocated 2 or 3 weeks for it, so hopefully it should be fairly straightforward to get back on track. But let me know what you think, and yeah, feel free to comment.